man sentenced to life in prison without parole for killing his two roommates. Marcus Batson is on your screen, and in 2021 in Spartanburg, investigators say family and friends reported not seeing Batson's roommates for days, saying they wouldn't even open the door. Police went out to the house, and that's where officers found Matthew Booker and Ronald Glenn dead in their bathrooms with head trauma. Officials say Batson came to the house telling investigators that someone else was the last person to see both of the men alive, and at the time he denied involvement in their deaths. But after further investigation, SLED issued a report and arrested Batson. During an interview, he confessed to killing both men with a baseball bat.